The Los Angeles Clippers have won 6 games in a row and are the hottest team in the NBA with the longest win streak. They were supposedly dead in the water after the James Harden trade with no sense of direction going forward, and now all of a sudden they're like 5th in the West. James Harden has settled into that third option role beautifully, and their two superstars have missed a combined 1 game, which is absolutely crazy when you look back at the last few seasons. Now, I know we're only 24 games in, but still, they are 5th in defensive rating, 12th in offensive rating, and 5th in net rating. So it's nice to see all of these aging stars still wanting to play defense. And the biggest thing with this team is everyone understands their role between the big three and Russell Westbrook even coming off the bench. I believe he was the one that asked to come off the bench. So that is a big part in, teams playing well together, team chemistry going up, everybody knowing their role, and being able to have good continuity with each other. And it starts with Kawhi Leonard, who is still the best player on this team. People forget when Kawhi is healthy, he is a top 5 player in the NBA because he is so good on both sides of the ball, especially when it comes down to a playoff series. He can go out and close it out. You see the stats on the screen here, 51% from the field and 42% from 3, as well as 1.5 steals. I really hope Kawhi is healthy in the playoffs this year because people are sleeping. People have forgotten, and he has not missed a game, so he is on the right track. Hopefully he doesn't get hurt throughout this year, though. And then his co-star, Paul George in LA, finally starting to play the majority of the season. He's averaging 23.6 rebounds and 4 assists. I think you add Harden in as the point guard, it opens it up for these two so much more because he is such a good passer. PG is being very efficient as well. 90% or 93% from the free throw line is elite, almost 2 steals per game. Very nice. And it's finally, it's nice to finally being able to see this duo up to its full potential, being able to play almost every single game, because usually they play they miss a fourth of the games in an NBA season. So far, like I said, knock on wood, they've missed a combined 1 game. And then James Harden comes in, he's averaging 16.6 points per game, 7.3 assists, and 4.7 rebounds a night. Very solid. I think he's played 19 games in LA, and now they're on that little win streak. He's very efficient, 42% from 3 on 6 attempts, 1.5 steals, and as I said, he opens things up so much more for the other two because of his ability to play the point guard position. Remember, they said he was washed. He's proven them wrong. Yeah, he's not averaging 38 a game anymore, but he's fitting in perfectly, playing his role to perfection, and I think it's the best thing the Clippers could ask for because, yes, they were really missing that true point guard. They were having Russ play point guard, and he is elite off the bench. Yes, he would be a solid starting point guard, but he is even better off the bench. Yes, the stats are down because obviously the minutes are down, but 11.3 points, 6.3 rebounds, 4.8 assists, not bad numbers whatsoever to only be playing 24 minutes a night. He is also being efficient from the field, only 28% from 3, but that is not on very many attempts. The Clippers, Ty Lue and company have kind of said, hey, we don't really need you shooting threes, and he understands that. So he's a great energy guy, good defender off the bench, still gets those rebounds, assists, can run the offense when Harden's out, or can run the offense beside of Harden. So that just adds a whole different dynamic to this team. If you're enjoying this video so far, make sure to like button, hit the subscribe button, and leave me a comment down below as it really helps out in the YouTube algorithm. As you can see here, a large majority of the people that watch these videos are not subscribed to the channel. So if that is you, make sure you change that real quick and go hit that subscribe button. Now let's go ahead and continue on here looking at the depth of this Clippers roster. The other two starters are Terrence Mann and Ivica Zubac. Mann has only been starting for a short period of time after Russell Westbrook decided he wanted to go to the bench, and honestly, he hasn't been playing as well as he has in previous years. Last year, in limited minutes, he was very efficient. He was very, very good when he was on the court. Now, with the starting group, he's only averaging about 6.5 points per game, 3.7 rebounds, 2 assists in 25 minutes, while shooting at 43% from the field. That's not elite there for Terrence Mann. Ivica Zubac, on the other hand, he's been pretty solid in his role. He's averaging about 12 points per game as the center on this team, as well as 9 rebounds, as well as a block and a half, and he's shooting at 62% from the field. So having him in the middle, you have Kawhi, Paul George, Harden on the outside, just having a guy in the middle that can kind of seamlessly be there is huge for Zubac. And now the bench, and Terrence Mann as well, because he's a good defender, and usually he can knock down the 3. Hasn't been doing so far. As for the bench, we've already talked about Westbrook. Norman Powell is a nice piece that the Clippers have. He's averaging 12.2 points, 2.2 rebounds on 49% shooting from the field, 43% from three, almost 50-40-90 numbers there in 25 minutes a game for Norman Powell. So shout out to him for being super efficient. Very, very nice piece as the sixth man there for the Clippers off the bench. And then they bring in Daniel Tice and PJ Tucker, about halfway through the season. Tice kind of revived his career in the FIBA World Cup this summer. He has been solid for the Clippers. And then PJ Tucker, there have been some arguments when it comes to minutes and such. So we'll see what happens there with that situation as the year progresses. Originally, it was said he was going to be traded. Now it's looking like he's going to stick around a little bit longer. So we'll see what happens. But another guy that's not getting any PT right now is Mason Plumlee. Daniel Tice kind of came in and took his role, which, I thought Mason Plumlee was great for this team. We'll see how that continues to play out. And then Bones Highland also fell out of the rotation. He's a very talented young point guard, although he is a bit of a flamethrower. So we'll see if anybody does make a trade for him or what happens there if injuries hit. And then you also have the two rookies, Jordan Miller and Kobe Brown, who both have a lot of potential as well, especially Jordan Miller. I would love to see Jordan Miller in this Clippers rotation. Kobe Brown, he's all right as well. Now, let's take a look at the standings going forward because the Clippers are starting to fight their way back. I think earlier I said they were the 5 seed, but they're only half of a game out of the 5 seed, although they are the 7 seed, actually, they're probably about tied with the Lakers there for the 7 seed. And then the Pelicans down there also have another win, but one more loss. So overall, you got the Clippers there still in the play-in, so they need to start winning some more games. Looking ahead at their current schedule, they'll tip off against New York about 2.5 hours after this video goes live. But as you can see, big winning streak. Yeah, they beat up on guys like Golden State, Utah, Portland, but a couple of nice wins in there. 20-point win versus Sacramento and a 10-point win against the Denver Nuggets. Very solid right there. Another win against Sacramento earlier on. So that is solid. That was on the road as well. You got Indiana and Dallas coming up after that New York Knicks game. So a big stretch here for the Clippers if they can continue this win streak and continue getting further and further ahead of 500. Let me know your thoughts, though, down in the comment section below. I'm starting to like this Clippers team. I'm starting to be a believer in the James Harden, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George experiment. And like I said, I hope Kawhi gets to the playoffs fully healthy. I want to see this Clippers team in the playoffs fully healthy because I think they can make some noise, especially with Kawhi. He's a top 5 player in the league when he's healthy, especially in the playoffs because he turns it up a different notch in the playoffs. And people have forgotten that. So I'm ready to see Kawhi prove everyone wrong. If you disagree with anything I said, go ahead and leave me a comment down below. Let's talk about it. Because, yes, I am a Hornets fan. I'm not a diehard Clippers fan, so there could have been some things I left out. But with that being said, that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like the button and hit that subscribe button if you did enjoy at any point, as well as leaving a comment down below. And with all that being said, thank you so much for watching today's video.